But hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're talking about unlocking funding, specifically focused on some secrets to get resources and financial support for your business. My name is Tandisa Mahe, and I talk all things relating to business, making money, and the family life. I want to firstly say thank you so much to my returning subscribers. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. And if you're new to this channel, we welcome you, and please consider subscribing and switching on the notification bell so that you may be kept abreast of when we put out a new video. We do come with a new video every single Tuesday at this stage. Now, let us first look at why I'm choosing to do this. I think the reality is many South African businesses get to be faced with, a lot of challenges when it comes to them getting access to funding options. And this causes them to stay at the same stage, have struggles with expansion, and they face inability to move their businesses to the next level because they don't really understand the processes that are involved in securing funding. Sometimes they don't even know where to knock, which doors to go to. And when they get there, they are met with stringent requirements in terms of criteria, in terms of application forms, documentation. Once they get through that process, the other problem is that obviously then there's challenges with turnaround times, especially when you're looking at government funding. So this is a major problem that small businesses in South Africa actually face. And the truth is, securing funding is so important for one's business. Actually, securing resources in general is a very important process and part or component of a functional business, because it is able to ensure that you are able to take your business exactly where you want. You are able to create more employment opportunities. You are able to secure wealth for you and your family. You are able to solve financial problems that you might be faced with. There's a lot. And without funding or without resources pumped into your business, sometimes you can feel that you are paralyzed. And yes, you might have taken the first step, which is what I always advise. Do take the first step to actually start, because even with funding institutions, they don't usually work a lot with startups or businesses that are at pre-startup stages. But at least once you have already commenced your business, they will consider funding you. So even though, yes, you might have taken the first step to start, but what happens when you want to grow the business? One key element of growth in business is ensuring that you are able to secure resources, you are able to secure financial resources in the form of funding. And there's so many different ways in which funding can be structured. Now, another reason why, people might consider or businesses might consider looking for funding is because maybe you want to improve your operations. Maybe you want to integrate technology. You want to innovate. Maybe you want to employ more people. You want to expand your operations. There are so many different reasons why you would actually need funding. But the truth is, we don't understand how it works, and sometimes we don't know where to begin. So I am going to be giving you some secrets and some tips that are going to help you. Like, if you understand these tips that I'm going to give you and you implement them into your business, then you stand a better chance of being able to secure financial support for your business in the form of funding. Number one is a solid business plan. Now, for people that have been following me for quite a while, I am actually going to be sounding like a broken record, because I will always say this. And until we actually get it, until every single business that comes across my profile or my content or any of my platforms actually has a business plan. That's for people who are wanting to secure funding. But even if you're not looking to secure funding, you need to have that document to sort of guide what it is that you are trying to achieve within your business, right? So the first thing is you need to have a solid business plan. It is the foundation when it comes to getting funding. This means that you are automatically at a disadvantage if you do not have a business plan and you are looking for funding. There's a mismatch already. You are already at a huge disadvantage if you do not have this document. And this document needs to be developed in a professional manner that is going to ensure you are able to secure that fund. When I say professional, you cannot just have a 5-page document and call it a business plan. You can call that a business model canvas. You can call it a skeleton to your business plan, but it is not the business plan that the funder is looking for when they want to assist you, because they need a well-developed business plan articulating all the different and important elements of the business. Who's running the business? Why was the business started? What problem are you trying to solve? What markets are you going to be going for? What percentage of the markets are you going for? Who are you targeting? What are the strategies that you are going to use in order for you to identify your customer and attract your customer to the business? What strategies are you going to use to market your business? How are you going to position yourself in the market? What is going on within the operations of the business? What are the business processes that need to be followed? What's the flow of the operations within the entity, within the organization, within the business itself? How many people do you need? What's your staffing model? How technical is the work that needs to be done? How do you produce? What's the production process of the business itself, of the product or the service that you are providing? You also need to talk about the numbers. Now, that when you've done the narrative part of the business plan, it needs to tie in with the financial or the numbers, with the financials or the numbers. And I'm using the wrong word when I'm saying financials, because it could mean a lot of things. But for business plan terminology is financial projections. So your financial projections within the business plan need to speak the same language as that which is spoken by the narrative aspect of your business plan. How many units are you going to be producing? How much are you going to be selling? At what price? To how many people? The remuneration of your employees. Do you have capital expenditure? What's your operational expenditure? What's your expenses? How does your balance sheet look like? How will your balance sheet look like, or your statement of financial position as the business? How will your income statement look like, which is your statement of profit and loss? Your cash flow, is the business cash heavy or not? Are you going to be keeping afloat? Because sometimes a business can have a lot of market and customers, but if the business is cash intensive and the people running the business are not able to manage the cash flow, cash flow can put you out of business, basically. But I'm not explaining that in this video. So these are all the important elements that you need to integrate into your business plan. But the secret that I was giving you there, the first one is you need to have a solid business plan in order for you to secure funding for yourself. Secret number 2 is researching and understanding different funding options. Now, you need to understand that there are so many different ways in which you can be able to get funding into your business, or to fund whatever aspect of your business that you need resourcing, like financial resourcing. Now, I'm going to make a couple of examples. There's government grants, there's traditional bank loans, there's venture capitalists, there are angel investors, there's crowdfunding. I'm just mentioning a few. You need to research and understand all these different types and kinds of funders. And here's the reason. This is why it's important. This is important because there are advantages of each type of funder. There are disadvantages to each type of funder. There are limitations to each type of funder. There's criteria to each type of funder. So once you understand what their requirements are, and then you will be able to introspect and look at your own business and say, I cannot match this one, but I can match this one. Because you need to find a synergy with a funder. You can't just apply to all funders and think that and hold thumbs, because funders use specific systems. These different types of funding institutions and funding models or funders, they have got different systems that they have put in place to ensure that they match, they find institutions or small businesses, small businesses or companies that match what they're trying to achieve. They want to find small businesses that align with the overall objective of their company, which is them as funders, their institution, their agency, their department. There are specific goals, objectives, mandates, visioning that these funders have. And then when you go out into the business market, you will find that not everyone matches that. So I think it's important that you don't waste your time going to a place that you will not be a match for. It's just a waste of time. It's literally a waste of time. And as a business person, you do not have time to waste. So it's better for you to sit down and do the research, understand what funder A, that is this type and kind of funder, is looking for in the perfect business to fund, and look at whether or not you can be able to meet the criteria that they actually put out, so that you can match. And also this can work in on the opposite side as well, because even you as a business, there are things that you are willing to do and there are things that you are not willing to do, right? Let me make an example. If you look at investors such as venture capitalists, they will put a requirement to say that we will come on board into your business and we are going to support you financially with whatever that you need, and they look at your model, they love it, and they're going to put their money in there, and they will then say, I need a stake from your business. I want 30% stake in your business. If you watch Shark Tank, please, if you're a business person, go and watch Shark Tank so that you can see that side of funding and understand how it works, right? It will really, really expose you to a lot of things. So they will say that they want to take a percentage of your business. And when as you know yourself, that you'd rather keep your business at the stage and at the operational level it is in, rather than parting ways with a stake in your equity, like in your business. You don't want to share it with anyone. That's a decision that you could make. And because of that, you're automatically a mismatch to venture capitalists, because it's not going to work. They want a percentage of your company and you don't want to give it. So basically, the two of you do not match. You understand? I'm just trying to make a simple example so that you understand what I'm trying to put across. This is why it's important for you to, number two, as a really important secret to securing funding for your business, to go and research and understand the different types and kinds of funders and funding that is available in our country, in South Africa, because you need to find a funder that will match with you, where the funder does not lose their mandate and objectives that they're trying to achieve. And also you as a business, you don't lose your mandate and objectives that you are trying to achieve. Secret number 3, you need to keep a good credit profile. I know this one is very boring, especially I think because, for the Black community, specifically for the Black community, we have not been privy to financial education, just personal finance. Like I'm starting at personal finance level right now. I'm going to start there. We have not been privy because of disadvantages we've experienced in the past, that our parents and our grandparents, and you know how the chain goes, they have never really been exposed to understanding the laws of money. Actually, I think I need to do a video about that, because it's amazing. Money has laws. Money has ears. Money hears. You can speak to money. And if you don't have an understanding of how money works, you cannot fake it. You cannot even pretend like you do. Because if you don't have that knowledge, you just don't. And you are going to act and behave as someone who doesn't have that information. So I'm bringing this as a bit of context and background to then what I'm going to say next. That a lot of us small business owners, small Black business owners, are in a lot of credit debacles. Our credit profiles are not at the right place because we've made mistakes in the past because of our lack of understanding of how money works and how you can make sure that you use it to your advantage. You position yourself by applying the laws of money into how you handle your money, then you will be able to have a great credit profile. So the reality is, as small businesses, we don't have good credit profiles at a personal level, and also it overflows or it spills over to business, because this is still the same person. Maybe you messed up your personal finances and then you started a business. Because you do not understand how money works and how you're supposed to manage it in your personal capacity, it will directly affect how you handle money and make financial decisions in your business as well. The chances are very high that, it happens like that. So I think it's important that, we understand this aspect of, we need to educate ourselves with how to manage our finances and how to improve on the knowledge that increase our capacity of financial management as individuals in our personal capacities. Then also our businesses are definitely going to benefit from that. And I think that now what we do not understand as a link, and that's why I'm revealing this as a secret as well, to securing funding for your business, we do not then connect that funders will not work, they're not going to be so open to work with you when you don't have a good credit profile. It affects their decision making, because they look at you and see a risk. And maybe if they will work with you, you will pay for your sins in a way, because you will get in higher interest rates. Like, the conditions of your financing are not going to be as good as someone who has a good credit profile. And this works the same even our personal capacities. As an individual, if my credit profile is good, my opportunities to access financing are much better than the next person whose credit profile is not so great. So I think when I am putting this here, I'm trying to say, let's be aware of it and let's start working towards changing it, right? Let's start working towards changing it, because obviously you might have been on a bad path or a not so good path, but you can always change your way and go to the good path and fix your credit profile. It is fixable, okay? It is fixable, but you need to know that it can negatively affect your ability to secure funding for your business. And then secret number 4 is networking and building relationships. I do not know, I don't know why we don't understand this one. And this is not only good for the context of securing funding for your business, it's good for your business. At a high level, it's good for the overall health of your business. Now, I understand sometimes you feel like you're a small business and you only have a few employees, and sometimes you just want to watch everything like a hawk. Let me tell you something. Attend industry events that relate to your business. Be there. Even if you're going to spend, like, if the event is like the whole night or the whole day, spend 2 to 3 hours and then excuse yourself. That is going to open your mind. Number one, your mind is going to be open, because when you are sitting in that small workshop of yours, that business, and you are working in the business, you're not even working on the business, you're working in the business, you focus on this, you're doing this every single day. Your lens, your perspective, your viewpoint is going to be as narrow as ever, okay? You need to then expose yourself to different environments. And obviously, I think it's risky going anyway, but I think in terms of industry events, business meetings in your communities, in your area, associations, be part of those. Because guess what? Funders are always also looking for structured networks to make their job easier. So they will make sure that they build relationships with many different networks, because it's much easier than going around and chasing one by one. You are going to see the benefits of making sure that you are part of these groupings, part of these networks, build those relationships. And guess what? The more you attend this, the more you are present, the more you're going to grow in terms of your exposure. The more you're going to grow in terms of information, the more you're going to grow in terms of being top of mind when people are thinking, and be visible. The more you are visible in these spaces, the more that you are strategically positioning your business so that it is top of mind whenever opportunities are going to come. Guess what? If you're part of those memberships and those groupings and those networks, when opportunities land, the first benefiters are those that are within the networks themselves, okay? It's very important. Now, the next secret is prepare financial statements. Prepare financial statements. You know what? I am truly working on this plan. If I had accounting and I did accounting, it's just that I don't have interest in accounting, so I never went that route. With that route, I don't know where I'd start now, and it would take forever. I do, in my heart, want to create some kind of club that is going to help small businesses, or some membership program that's going to help small businesses to keep their books in order so that they're able to have financial statements. I have never seen how much small businesses lose out on opportunities because they don't do bookkeeping, they don't track their expenses, their income, there's no record keeping, and then which automatically leads to not having financial statements. Oh, I mean, if you don't even care about recording daily, then obviously you financial statements are right at the bottom of the process, because you do them annually, right? According to law, you're supposed to be doing them annually. Now, when you look at this, and in my interaction with many different small businesses, I've identified that the key problem is that, one, you guys don't understand the importance of it, Why should I do it? It's like, why? The second part is a lot of times the issue of the cost comes up. So the reason why I want to do a club is that I want to create a platform where we can be able to do it in an affordable manner, where maybe you pay like an annual membership, né? And then we can be able to facilitate a couple of people that are going to be managing like maybe 100 businesses are to 5 permanent employees. With the annual contributions, those employees will be able to get paid, and then they monitor the businesses from a monthly basis, like we create systems day, week, month. By the end of the year, because we're going to be monitoring the whole process, developing the financial statements is going to be a breeze, and it's going to be much more affordable. Then imagine you have this opportunity that comes up for funding and you qualify with everything, right? And there's 2 weeks, there's 2 weeks before the closing date, and you are made aware of it by people like me or wherever you find out. And the next thing they say there's one bullet there's one item you cannot check off the list that says financial statements. And they say 2-year financial statements. Imagine, they say financial statements for the past 2 years. And you have been operating for a long time. Like you could have these financial statements, but the problem is that you never did it correctly. Now, if you're going to go to a bookkeeper, a tax practitioner, or accountant, you are going to be charged an arm and a leg, because they have to start like way back. They're going to ask for your bank statements, your receipt books. If you don't even have any records, they're only going to be working from the bank statement. If you don't even have a bank account, it's going to be a whole different story. So the time that they're going to spend on your business is so much that it is going to be so difficult for them to actually assist you in an affordable manner. It's going to be too expensive. And you might not have the money that is being requested. So I think this is one area in my heart that really pains me. And I'm still trying to secure a company that I can strike a deal with, a proper deal, and then we roll this out, because a lot of small businesses are in trouble when it comes to this. And I want to tie that with like tax submissions, So if we're managing your books, we're also going to be able to ensure that we assist you with tax submissions. So maybe the benefits of the club would be things like, getting the management of your books, and also submissions for your taxes, and doing the financial statements. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm still trying to think and engage with a few companies. When I've rolled it out, I'm going to obviously bring it on and inform you of it. But this secret is, make sure you have ready financial statements at all times. Like, let it be part of your culture to prepare financial statements for your business. I think also on another level, it helps for you to see the growth of your business, and it helps you to see, it gives you a picture of, as you move. And I think it's so rewarding to see that as you're pushing your business. The next secret that I want to tell you is leveraging government funding. Leveraging government funding and government programs. This is very much important. Now, let me tell you, I'm talking in the context of South Africa, right? But I know even in other countries, governments prioritize the support of small businesses, because they understand that, the impact of small businesses in the economy, even when there are, major economic downturns, and, when things are looking bleak in the economic landscape in a global perspective, small businesses are able to be resilient. They are resilient a bit better. And small businesses assist, in contributing to the economy. They create jobs. There's a lot of benefit that the government can actually see and identify in the existence of small businesses. So they do put, as part of their priorities, a focus on small businesses. So they also put out funding for small businesses. Even in the South African context, they have funding, loans, soft loans. I call government loans soft loans. They have incentives. Hey, they have DFIs. There's a lot of benefits that you can be able to receive from the government. So keep a lookout for them. Now, based on your industry, understand the departments that align with you, government departments that align with you. Be friends with them. Find them on all social media platforms. Find their offices. Like, just be around them. Ask them, don't they have new programs? And always be knocking on their doors and keeping abreast of, publications that they put out, newsletters that they put out, because that is what is going to tell you whenever there's an opportunity. It's very important. It's a secret. I know that a lot of people are tired of the government, but I don't know what the tiredness is going to yield you. Yes, you can be tired. There are a lot of mistakes that they make and everything, but no, I don't want to focus on that. I never want to focus on that because I don't know what the results will come out from actually focusing on that negativity. I don't get it. Please don't switch off on government opportunities. Switch on, actually, because, yeah. And right now, if you look at the timing, we are in 2024. We have just had a national government election. We have less than 2 years until we get to the local government election. Opportunities between these 2 years are going to be viral. Take it from me. I'm telling you, opportunities within these 2 years are going to be viral. And that's because of a couple of things. Governing organizations want to ensure that they secure votes from their people. So they are going to be working overtime to ensure that people benefit. So I'm not going to say more. The next secret that I'm going to talk about is pitching. You need to pitch perfectly. Pitching. Please, as a small business owner that follows me, go and watch programs about pitching. I think Shark Tank still, tops the list here. I don't know what it is about us. I've been invited to be part of different small business programs where I would be like a judge on pitching competitions and things like that. And I think what broke my heart, what keeps breaking my heart when I attend these things is one thing. Black people, Black small businesses not having the confidence to pitch their businesses. And when I talk confidence, I don't talk bubbliness like me. I'm very outgoing. I'm very open. I'm loud. This is a born with kind of a skill that I have. Other people are much more calmer and softer than me. All right. But in terms of pitching, confidence is not loudness necessarily. It's just that when you like me, confidence for you is like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to put it into the right words. But what I'm trying to say is that you might be the most soft-spoken person, the calmest person, but have a passion for your business and a confidence in your idea that you can pitch anywhere. And the pitch is not about, when you watch Shark Tank, you can see there are different people who pitch in different ways. They are those that are loud like me, but there are those that are calm, but who have it on point what they're trying to pitch to the potential investors that they are speaking to. So I think it's important that we spend time. If you've got 5 minutes, pitch your business. Even if you pitch it to the mirror, practice that. I think we're afraid. Yeah, I think when we stand in front of people, yes, we have fear. I also, when I'm going to be standing in front of people, there's that fear. But I've mastered a skill or an art to control that fear. I don't allow that fear to control me. I stand on it. I put it under my feet and I stand on it. So now even you need to come up with a way in which to control that fear, because the minute it consumes you so much that you feel like you're not supposed to be standing there, you will lose the audience. You're going to lose the audience. And this is sometimes what happens. Some of these funders will say, when you've gone through certain hoops and you have checked all the boxes, they might want a meet-up session, like a session where they're going to sit there as a panel and you have to pitch your business. Now that they have gone through everything that you've presented, they want to see you, the business owner. And remember, if I'm funding, I need to see someone with confidence to take the idea and run with it, right? I don't want to be meeting with someone that is so afraid, because yes, you know what you're doing, but you become so afraid that it looks like you're going to mess this up, and then I'm going to be like, maybe I must not give you the money. And the last secret that I'm going to be giving you is seek professional advice. You need to go to people that understand the system to advise you. I'm going to make an example with me. I am in the small business ecosystem. I'm a mentor. I'm a coach. I'm a business coach. I'm a business mentor. And I run a business that provides business development services and marketing, right? I am a person who knows how funders work because of my extensive experience with working with small businesses and everything that I've done to support them. I would be able to give you the advice that you need. Now, looking at your budget, obviously, when you're going to go and seek out professional help and assistance, there's going to be a cost involved. Now, looking at your budget, you can start by, like, the lowest package that I have is consultations, a literal 30-minute or an hour consultation. Then we talk and you ask questions. I give you the answers. At least it empowers you. You can also decide, no, Tandy, do the application for me, I do that. You can decide, do the business plan for me, I do that. You can decide, do the compliance for me, I do that. I do a whole lot of everything that you require as a professional in the space. You can decide to make use of my services. But at the same time, you can feel like, I don't have that kind of budget right now, so I'm going to doing the research on my own. I'll only be taking a consultation. What I'm trying to say is, you can seek guidance and advice in the manner that is going to ensure your success based on how much you can be able to afford. Another free one is literally using the internet, going on YouTube, going on TikTok, going on LinkedIn, reading up articles that is going to empower you and give you the information that you need, the professional advice that you need, so that as you prepare the documents and you prepare to knock on the doors of the funders, you are standing on solid ground. You understand? And yeah, these are some of the secrets that I wanted to share with you in terms of unlocking funding for your business. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, if you are returning, I truly appreciate you. And if you are new, make sure that you consider subscribing and switching the notification bell so that you may know when we put out new content. That is all from me for today. Until next time, stay absolutely blessed.